I made a 10,000 calorie cinnamon toast crunch cake. Please. Let's see how much this actually covers. Oh yeah, we can definitely do 2 pounds. I thought this might have been a lot. And we're celebrating 10,000 follows on TikTok with a 10,000 calorie cake. Let's see. Let's see how it even came out, you know? I feel like I may have undercooked it. So this is my first time seeing the center. It actually seems okay. I just want to pick it up with my hands, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to. All right, let's see if I can actually eat this monstrosity. 10,000 calories of cake. All right, let's see if there's any way to get a cross section there. All right, it looks like the kisses did melt and spread out over the cookies. The cookies did good. The bottom is hard, but they're nice and soft. Okay. It's crazy how the Hershey Kisses are like nowhere to be found. I mean, obviously they melted, but So I did all the tricks you learn online about adding extra eggs, replacing the water with milk. I replaced the oil with butter. Honestly, I thought the cake would be a little bit more cinnamony. Otherwise, I would put way more cinnamon in. I do think the one thing I would say is I should have flipped the cake and actually put it together upside down. Thank you everybody on TikTok for 10,000. It means a lot that you guys watch mine. I know mine are really long, but it's hard to get such extended eating trimmed down to 3 minutes. It is way better than I thought it would be, to be honest. And that cookie base really makes it a cake that I can enjoy. It was actually the first time I ever made cake. I mean, the only thing really stopping me from picking everything up in one piece is the icing that comes right off. Because yeah, the cookie does actually a pretty decent job at holding it together. Maybe the cookie bottom is the secret. I'm not sure if you can see the cookie bottom there. It's just 1 pack of cookies on the bottom layer, and it makes it really nice. I can't believe this. It just came out way more wonderful than I expected. I've had this plan for a while, and it just so happened that 10K just passed, so it was nice to add something to the top, you know? No joke, that might have been the fastest 5,000 calories I've ever eaten. Kind of crazy that I went even half that cake without a drink at all. Honestly, at this point, I don't think I'll need it, but I do have coffee here. That's right, I do need to let it cool down. Back to eating. I really just want to get this piece and pick it up. All right, well, since it's the last time I'm probably going to touch drinks then, So it was my first time making cake, and I must say, I think this cake came out really good. I would say it's not probably the best cake, but the fact that there's cookies on the bottom, I think really make it something special. This one isn't a bad one to show off because you can see some of the Hershey Kisses, the melted Hershey Kisses. I see them down there on the bottom. I was hoping it would make like almost like a solid layer of chocolate. There was enough for a good coating on it, but not enough for like a solid layer. So I know this was about a TikTok 10K, and I'm very thankful for my TikTok following. And I also want to say thank you to my YouTube audience too. It just feels so much more, I don't know, just way more friendly on YouTube, you know? It feels more like a community on YouTube than on TikTok. You know, I was a little worried this morning when I had that giant breakfast sandwich, because it just got to a point where it was just very boring eating the same thing. I thought I was gonna have a tough time, but so far so good on the cake. It is also possible that I think the cinnamon being a more lighter flavor probably helps. When I was first planning this cake, I had actually originally intended to get heavy cream to make the cake instead of milk. I just prefer almond milk. So I thought I was gonna have a tough time with this because I actually ordered a case of the icing. I thought that the Cinnamon Toast Crunch icing was like more of a limited time thing. And I thought it was over because on Amazon, they were selling, I think, one jar for like $8 or something. Something silly. And like, I did not want to pay $8 for a jar of this stuff. And the whole case was $24. So it's like, first of all, I guess I should have just got the one anyway, but I ended up getting the case so that I could not feel ripped off. And then I found it at the store. It's not the first time something like that happened either, where I thought something was like gone because of the stupid rate hikes on Amazon. And then, no, it was just somebody trying to rip people off. So that was involved in a lot of the gaining weight phase, was getting rid of those icings. And eating 2 icings in a row is too much. By the time you get done with 1 jar of just icing, like, you're pretty much good on icing. No, I don't want to say the icing is bad, but I am very accustomed to homemade icing. Store-bought icings just are not the same. Like, you can taste the store-bought when it comes to a lot of baked goods. I was gonna say my mouth is starting to get like weird feeling. I think I'm not used to milk anymore. It's so much more refreshing. It's just lighter and thinner. The milk, I don't know, it just has a heavier feel to it. It's not as refreshing that way. I don't want to get cleaned up this close to the end. I feel like it's just a waste of time. It's still way too hot. And I'm just making a mess of everything here. This is why I don't like to stay a mess, because I just feel like I'm just spreading a disease. I'm spreading the disease of mess. My lips are sticky, my hands are sticky, my cups are sticky. I'll tell you what, coffee and sweets, that's a combo. Ooh-wee. I've think I'm actually eating fast enough that I think I'm starting to feel some of the effects of sugar rush. It's not terrible, but I think I feel my heart beating a little bit quicker. In the past, I would have been debilitated long ago. The very first time I did a double crumble lineup, I actually stopped. I can't believe how it just melted in my mouth, man. I'm still dumbfounded by this cake actually being decent. Because like, I don't know, I feel like box cakes are mostly the reason I don't like cake. Thanks for hanging out with me on grimmyeatworld. I'm very glad that a lot of you show back up episode after episode. It means a lot. It means a lot to me that you do that. I just wish I could really figure out why you guys do it. Maybe that'll be the vote. What is it that brings you back to another episode? I'm still trying to figure out how to really capitalize on what I'm doing well versus the things I'm not doing well. All right, the nose is checking out just in time. I'm actually impressed. I'm impressed about everything. I'm impressed the cake came out way better than I expected. I'm impressed that I ate it all that easily. I feel like I did it pretty quick too. In fact, I had to slow down and talk more just so I didn't just get it done. And that was a 10,000 follower thank you. And I also thank everybody on YouTube. Because like I said, YouTube just feels very much more community-like. So thank everybody, really thank everybody on all platforms. 10,000 calorie cake, which brings my daily total up to 17,000, I think just over 17,000. It's actually a good day, to be honest. I don't know, this did not feel challenging, not like breakfast was. Thanks for hanging out with me for my journey. But that wraps up this cheat day. I'll see you next weekend for another cheat day. What in the world will I eat next? The very first time I did a double crumble lineup, I actually stopped. I wasn't ever going to talk about it in case I ever put out that video, but I think at this point, everything that happened before I started putting videos out is probably just going to stay that way.